Hi everyone, this is your chemistry teacher, and today we are going to talk about our very interesting concept of class ninth chemistry, which is molecules. I know we all have heard a lot about molecules, elements, and compounds. So today is the chance to deep dive in this term, molecules. Now, what is a molecule? A molecule is a group of atoms that's chemically bonded together. It is a group of atoms chemically bonded together. Or we can also define it as two or more atoms again say chemically bonded together. Together. Now let's understand what does it mean. We have written it is two or more atoms chemically bonded together, means they are tightly staying together. And I know many molecules are roaming now in your mind, right? You're thinking of some molecules. Can you suggest me some formula of molecules or something that has two or more atoms together? Yes, H2, O2. What else? N2, very nice. CO, come on. NO2. What else? Just one more. H2O, excellent, etc. Right? Now, how do we know that one or more atom is bonded in this? Dear children, please make sure that you understand this number here. This number here represent the number of atoms bonded together. So the subscript, I'll write a note here that the subscripts, you know what is a subscript? Something that's written at the bottom in small. So the subscript in any formula represents the number of atoms bonded together. That is something we need to remember. That the subscript in any formula in chemistry represents the number of atoms bonded together. So I know in H2, I have how many atoms of hydrogen? Yes, two. In O2, again two. In nitrogen, it's again two. By chance, all the formulas that we have written like this have two, two, two in them. Let's see. In CO, how many atoms are there in total? So in total, there is one carbon and one oxygen. Dear children, one is never written in the formula. So it's understood that we have one carbon and one oxygen, and hence this molecule also has two atoms in total. In NO2, we have one nitrogen and two oxygen atoms. So it's three in total. I hope you're understanding this. In NO2, one nitrogen and two oxygen atoms are tightly staying together. And we say that they are chemically bonded and being together. In H2O, we have how many atoms of hydrogen? Come on. Yes, we have two atoms of hydrogen because it's a two here. And how many atoms of oxygen are there? One oxygen atom is there. So in molecules, we see that two or more than two atoms are binded together. They are chemically bonded together, right? I hope we understood this. Okay. Now moving on, can we see some difference in these molecules we have written? What is the difference? Think about it. Yes, I know you're thinking that, ma'am, in these first three molecules, we see same kind of atoms are bonded together. Same kind of atoms are bonded. What do we mean by this is, in H2, we have H and H bonded together. In O2, we have O and O bonded together. In N2, let's draw it. In N2, we have N and N bonded together. Both these are nitrogen atoms, nitrogen and nitrogen. In H2, we have one H and other H bonded together. So in all these three, the starting ones, we have same kind of atoms bonded together, right? Moving on to the next three. What is different here? Yes, it has more than one type of atom. I'm not saying just one type of atoms or something like that. I'm saying more than one type of atom. I'm using the word type in that. That's the key word. So in these three, what is happening is different kind of atoms are shown bonded. Different kind of atoms are bonded here, right? Now, so do we have different terms for these molecules? Yes, you're thinking right. We have different terms for these molecules. Now, dear children, these molecules that have same kind of atoms bonded together, they are called molecules of molecules of guess. Okay, I'll give you options. Elements or compounds, like molecule of element or molecule of compound. Think about it. Yes, it's elements. Because do we know the definition of elements? We know that elements are the substances that's made up of just one kind of atoms, right? So here we can relate. It's these are molecules of elements, all these three, right? But then moving on to this part, because we have different kinds of atoms bonded together, we'll say that they are molecules of, I told you the term, compounds. Yes, molecules of compounds. So, dear children, don't be confused. Molecule is generally a group of atoms bonded together, and molecule is a term that's common for elements as well as compounds. So, when we talk about molecules of elements, and we know that elements are made up of just one kind of atoms, so here we understand that in molecule of elements, we will have just one kind of atoms there. And you can again have a look on the examples. These are few examples where you see only one kind of atoms bonded together. On the right hand side, CO, NO2, H2O, because they have atoms of different kinds bonded together, they are forming molecules of compounds. Because what is a compound? A compound is a substance made up of more than one kind of atoms bonded together, right? So, molecule is a common term for both of these. Now I know. Many of you are thinking that, ma'am, is NaCl, CuSO4, are these not categorized as molecules? That's a good question, actually, and that should definitely come to a mind of a curious child. So, let's write about them. NaCl. Okay, I will write on this side. Yes, NaCl. Now, I have a question for you. In both these substances, tell me that what is NaCl made up of? Think about it. Yes, you're thinking it right. NaCl is made up of Na positive and Cl minus ions. So their constituents are ions. Similarly, here in CuSO4, is it an ionic compound? Yes, it has Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus ion present in it. So, dear children, in case of ionic compounds, we don't call these molecules. Why? Ari, the answer is simple. You see, what is the definition of a molecule? It's a group of atoms chemically bonded together, and the highlighted word here should be atoms. But here, what do we have? We have not the just atoms, but ions staying together, right? Ions are chemically bonded here. So that's where it fails. Ionic compounds. In the case of ionic compounds, this one small unit like NaCl or CuSO4 is not called a molecule. It has a special term. Guess about it. I'll give you a hint also. In case of ionic compounds, we call it something starting with this. Come on, think about it and tell me. If some of you are thinking it's formula unit, that's 100% correct. In case of ionic compounds, one small unit of the substance is called formula unit, not the molecules. So that's all about molecules, and I hope you have understood this and will not be confused further. That molecules are just the atoms of a group of atoms bonded together, and in ionic compounds, it's the group of ions that stays together, right? Okay, I hope you understood this. Have a great day. Take care.